Now over here we're going to rearrange the pseudocode on the right so that we can have a blueprint on how we can implement our winning condition in this particular project. So if the string has no more blank spaces, then the user has 1, then we're going to break out of the loop, and in case the string still has blank spaces, then we're going to skip all of this and then we're going to reduce the turns by 1, and now if the turns equal to 0, then the user has lost. So you can see it's correct. Now the final subtask of the Hangman project, we're going to be deciding the winner. As we saw previously in the pseudocode, we know the logic on how we're going to decide the winner. The winning conditions are if the word still has blanks and the number of turns is 0, then the user has lost, but if the word has no blanks, then the user has 1. So for the objectives for this particular subtask, we need to update the hasPlayerLost function to meet the winning conditions of this project. So coming to the hasPlayerLost function, we're going to take turns, the secret word and the guesses string as an input. So first we're going to display the current state of the word. So in this if statement we're going to check for the lost condition, that is if turns equal to 0 and display word contains underscore, then the user has lost. We're going to return 1, or else we're going to return 0. And the symbol over here means AND. In the main function, so we have given a while loop over here, that is while turns is greater than 0. We're going to call the word display function and we're going to print out to the user, you have these many number of turns remaining, and then we're going to check if the player has 1. That is, if the display word does not contain blank spaces, then we're going to print out u1 and break out of the while loop, or else we're going to move on further. And now over here we're checking if user is going to guess a letter which they have already guessed in the previous guesses, then we're going to print out you have already tried this letter, and then we're going to continue. And here we are adding the guess to the guesses string, and if the guess is incorrect, then we're going to reduce the number of turns. So if the guess and the word does not have anything in common, then we're going to print out wrong guess, try again, and we're going to reduce the turns by 1. And now in the final code block, we're going to check if the player has lost. So we're going to call the hasPlayerLost function. So if it returns true, that is if hasPlayerLost, then we're going to print out you lose, and we're going to print out the word and we're going to break out of the loop. Let's just run this code once. So let me give C and let me give T. So I know this word is contest because I have a very small array of secret words. So let me give wrong guesses continuously and see what output I'm going to get. So you can see I've tried guessing multiple times and I've run out of guesses. Hence I've lost and I've gotten the lost message and I've printed out the word. Let's just submit this code once. So I've passed all 4 test cases. So that was it for this particular project, and here are some improvements you can work on. And this project was part of our course Projects for Beginners in C, where we have 6 different projects in which beginners can get familiar with C language. And if you're watching this on YouTube, maybe head over to CodeChef, try this project out for yourself, or maybe try out any other course which might interest you. And if you're watching this on CodeChef, great job diving into the solution. More on the next problem. Thank you.